Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Tax Master. This is the part 2 of application of AI. So here we discuss rest of applications. So finally listen with carefully. For example, when you are using smart car and drones, taking about AI in Talking about AI, there is no better and more prominent display on this technology than what smart car and drone manufacturers are doing with it. Just a few years back, using a fully automatic car was a dream. However, now companies like Tesla have made so much progress that we already have a fleet of semi-automatic cars on the road. Companies like Amazon and Walmart are heavily investing in drone delivery programs, and it will become a reality far sooner than what you expect. If you think that was fetched, do not. Already successful drone program. Tesla cars are a prime example of how AI is impacting our daily life. Did you know that all the Tesla cars are connected and the thing that your car learns are shared across all the cars? That means if you had to take an empty hard left on a crossroad, all the Tesla cars will know how to maneuver that turn after they are updated. There are already more than 5 like Tesla cars running in the US alone, and that number is set to increase exponentially now that Tesla has solved this major production problem. With autonomous cars running on our roads and autonomous drones flying above us, you would not be able to deny the impact of AI on your life. Social media feed, Amazon and Netflix recommendation. If you are thinking that smart cars don't personally affect you as they are still not in your country or city, well, how about something which you use on daily basis? Even if you are living under a rock, there is a high probability that you are dying from underneath. If Twitter is not your choice of poison, maybe it's Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or any the myriad of social media apps out there. Well, if you are using social media, most of our decisions are being impacted by artificial intelligence. From the feeds that you see in your timeline to the notification that you receive from these apps, everything is created by AI. AI takes all past behavior, web searches, interactions, and everything else that you do when you are on these websites and tailors the experiment experience just for you. The sole purpose of AI here is to make the app so addictive that you come back to them again and again. And I am ready to place a bet that AI is winning this war against you. Not to mention the recommendation you see on Amazon after adding a product to the cart on based on your browsing history. All of them are curated based on AI. Even the Netflix recommendations are smartly curated using AI to show you movies and shows that are turned to your preferences, music and media. Another great example of how AI impact our lives are the music of media. Streaming services like Netflix that we are using on a daily basis whenever whether you are using Spotify or YouTube, AI is making the decision for you. You might feel that you are in total control, but you are not. And as it is with everything, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. For example, I love the Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify, and it has introduced me to several new artists which I would have been introduced to if not for AI Ghost at Spotify. On the other hand, I also remember going down the YouTube rabbit hole, wasting countless hours just watching the recommended videos. That recommended video session has been so good at knowing my taste that is agree. So next time you are hitting play on the recommended video on YouTube or watching recommended show or Netflix, the listening to preparing playlist stuff or any other media and music streaming service for the matter, remember that AI is playing a big role in that. The video games industry is probably one of the earliest adopter of AI. Video games. The video game industry is probably one of the earliest adopter of AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. The integration started The video game industry is probably one of the earliest adopters of AI. The integration started very small with the use of AI to generate random levels that people can play. However, that has increased to a level that goes far beyond what one can even imagine. On the large scale, we just observed OpenAI 5, developed by the company OpenAI, which is being backed by Elon Musk, beating pro level Dota 2 player in one of our matches while also beating amateur Dota 2 teams. This achievement is being held as a leapfrogging movement in the AI industry. Dota 2 is a category based game where players have to make decisions every second, and beating pro players in such a dynamic game is a huge achievement for AI. Keep the Dota 2 win aside for a while, let's talk about how AI is infiltrating our normal gaming industry. Any game that you play has some sort of AI element to it. When you are playing a game such as PUBG or Fortnite, you essentially start against a couple of AI powered boot and then move to play against real players. Even when you are playing a single person story mode game, you are playing against AI bosses. If you are playing racing games, you are racing against AI bots. Probably the most interesting use of AI we have seen in game in the Middle Earth series of game, where all your enemies which are controlled by AI evolved based on their interaction with you and other gaming elements. I can go on and on about the use of AI in games, but that would make this article very long. Just know what if you play any game you are using AI, and games is a thing which is played by every man in one's life. Online ad network, one of the biggest use of AI is online industry, which uses AI to not only track users but also to serve us ads on those statistics. Without AI, the online ad industry will just fail, as it would show random ads to user with no connection to their preference whatever. So the random ad user with no connection, preferences, whatever. AI has become so successful in determining our interest and serving us ad that the global digital and industry has crossed to 50 billion US dollar, with the industry projected to cross the 300 billion mark in 2019. So next time when you are going online and seeing ads or product recommendation, know that AI is impacting your life, navigation and travel. By now you must be convinced of the fact that AI is impacting our lives on a daily basis. However, if there are still some skeptics out there, let us take a few more examples. How about the navigation and travel industry? I mean, most of us travel from time to time and use navigation almost daily basis. Do you know that whether you are using Google or Apple Maps for navigation, or calling an Uber or booking a flight ticket, you are using AI? Well, if you did not know that before, it's time that you open your eye. Both Google and Apple, along with other navigation services, use artificial intelligence to interpret hundreds of thousands of data points that they receive to give you real-time traffic data. When you're calling an Uber, both the pricing and the car that match your ride